video, I'll teach you how to get a job no matter what age you are as a teenager, specifically McDonald's. Welcome back, Havoc Nation, and those joining me for the first time. Make sure you subscribe and like the video for more videos similar to this. My name is Havokgaming, and this is the start of my new series called Life Stories and Advice. So basically in this video, I'll be teaching you guys how to get a job at McDonald's, or basically any job you want. If you're underage, like under 16, any age you are as a teenager, these are the steps you need to take to get that job. It is possible to get a job when you're not 16. It's all about the right timing, but I'll get into that later. So first, you need a goal. For me, the goal was getting a car. By the end of summer, I'll be driving, I'll be 16, I'll be needing a car to get back and forth to school. Well, basically, I'll just be needing a car. Next you need a desire to have a job. So basically, my desire to have a job was the car. Basically, they go hand in hand. So my desire to have the job was to have money to get a car. It's also right next door to me. That McDonald's is right next door to me. So it was perfect. Basically what I did was I heard that they were having open interviews. So on the day they had open interviews, I made sure I was the first one there. Turns out there was no one there to begin with. No one else came to the open interviews except for me. So I was the only one, which made it a lot easier on them. So that might be another reason they hired me. They said, alright, well, I'll get into the rest of the story in a bit. But next, you need to have a good attitude about working. So if you're not 16, they're not gonna have you do everything that you can possibly do until you're 16. For example, I can only work the drive-thru and cash register for now until I turn 16, which is completely fine. Those are the jobs I wanted in the first place. So you need to have a good attitude no matter where they put you at. Always show up to work with a smile, show up to interview especially with a smile, but you have to dress well for the interview also. So I showed up to, it was a really hot day out, so I wore some nice clothes to school that day. I just kept them on all day. I had khaki cargo shorts on and a nice button-up shirt, and I made sure my hair looked good and you know, the whole 9 yards. So besides dressing well, you need to have a good handshake. I don't know why necessarily, but a good handshake is always important when you are getting a job. It helps. Just trust me, you need a nice firm handshake. You can practice it with like a sibling, your parent or something before you go, and you just need a good handshake. Next, it's right clothes. This kind of ties into before. You need the right clothes. You don't want to show up in a suit and tie. I think that'd be a little overboard, and I don't know. You just don't do it. Like, if it's hot outside, do what I did. If it's not hot outside, maybe put some pants on or something. But yeah, so persistency. This is where I get back into the story. So they told me I had a really good interview. They talked to me and stuff. The lady said she really liked me, and she wants to talk to her supervisor because they normally don't hire under 16. But she told me they were going to talk to their supervisor and see what they can do for me. So they told me they called me back Saturday. This was the Wednesday before. So I said, alright. So I left there, and I waited until Saturday. They never did call me back on Saturday. So what you want to do is you want to call, not necessarily call back, but follow up. You want to walk down there, drive down there, whatever you got to do. You need to follow up on the interview. So that's what I did. When I was out of town at the time, but a couple days after I came back into town, I walked down there when I had the time, and I asked to speak to the lady. She came back. She said that she talked to her supervisor and they can get me the job. And they apologized for not calling me back. It was a big accident, They didn't mean to not call me back. They didn't do that on purpose. They just forgot that it was a busy day for them. But they gave me the job right then and there. I needed to fill out the application still, which I still haven't done. I plan on doing that possibly today, maybe tomorrow. But persistency is key. If you want the job, you have to be persistent. Do whatever it takes to get that job. Next, you need a flexible schedule. Flexible schedule is important. For example, you need to tell them what times you prefer. For example, I want the entire afternoon on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then every other weekend all day. Those are the times that I can work. Like, those are the times I do want to work for sure. But I told them that I can work whenever they need me to. I value working, value their time. So anytime they need me to, they can call me in and I can work. So that also helped in getting me the job. Next, you need the time to do it. If you can only work one day a week or something for a couple hours, I don't recommend it. I can work whenever they need me to, but I prefer to work the Tuesdays and Thursdays every other weekend too. But the time, like, you need to have the time to do it. If you don't have the time, you might as well just shovel some driveways, cut grass, do stuff like that if you don't have the time. Because those things, they don't take very long. You can do it once a week and get money. But if you have the time, you want to get a job like I got. Basically, all factors play a role, however. Excuse me. For example, this McDonald's specifically, they were low on workers, they were pretty desperate, half their team quit, they weren't getting many workers in. These factors all played a role in getting me the job. So everything that I've told you are good things to do in getting you the job. Like, if you follow everything that I've taught you so far, you will be in a pretty good place, pretty good standby in the job. They'll be more likely to hire you. You'll probably not be laid off before everyone else. You'll be the last to be laid off if you do get laid off. But if everything else fails, just cut grass, shovel driveways, detail cars, wash cars. Everything like this is under the table. You get good money for it. Like, if you detail a car for $40, like, it only takes 3 hours at most to detail a car, do a good job. I mean, still, that's way above minimum wage. So actually detailing cars, if you have the market for it, then that's even better, because no one wants to go to the car detailing shop and spend $100 detailing their car. It's just, no one wants to do that. So if you got the hookups with people and you can detail their car, that's perfect. You do that for sure. Don't even worry about McDonald's if you can for sure detail cars. Cutting grass, you'll always be employed cutting grass if you can find people. Shovel driveways in the wintertime, you'll always be employed on that on that too, unless there's some other kid around the block who's better than you. Then that's where I said you have to have a goal, the desire to have the job, and a good attitude about working. If you have a good attitude about working, you'll be more hard. You'll be a harder worker than everyone else. Oh, sorry, jeez. Well, that basically summarizes the video for me. Just follow my steps and you'll do just fine on your interview. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the tornado siren just went off. It's our first Saturday of the month, so that must be why. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you've stuck around this far into the video, you are either very interested and want to learn more, and you can like the video or send me a message, DM me on Instagram or something. Get a hold of me somehow in the comments or whatever. But if you're like a loyal subscriber, I need your guys' help. I don't know how much longer I can continue with Camtasia. It's given me a lot of issues. I can't really use it anymore. If you got free editing software that you use, I need to know what it is because I need to get it. Camtasia isn't cutting it for me anymore. Also, now that it's summer, I'll be uploading a lot more videos, so stay tuned for that.